Friends, I want to tell you a story from my personal life. Even though it makes me look foolish, I could help us uncover some truths about using personal experience in our fiction. When I was in graduate school, my advisor read through my thesis and honestly sort of exasperated with me, asked me point blank why my characters played so many games with their relationships. Why weren't they able to be authentic, emotional, or real with each other? And I couldn't answer him. Honestly, I didn't have the vocabulary for it back then. I saw what he meant, but I assumed all relationships were like that. So I've started rereading my favorite books as well as my old stories to try to answer my advisor's question from almost 30 years ago. What makes characters real? Why do they do dumb and self-destructive things? And I found myself face to face with Great Gatsby. From the moment we meet him, Gatsby targets Daisy as his personal goal to achieve or prize to win. At first, it seems almost sweet. They met back in the day, and now that he's successful, Gatsby has moved back to town to reconnect. Is that really what's going on? Certainly not. Gatsby met Daisy when he was in the war, broke, no prospects, returning to the front literally to face death. Daisy must have represented everything he couldn't have at the time: peace in time of war, the safety and comfort only fabulous wealth can provide, a promise of passion, a bright future filled with life. That was it. Gatsby painted the target on her, and he was all in on getting that life, on getting her. I was in that same boat once. I met a beautiful girl in grad school and fell madly in love with her. It was a one-way relationship. She wasn't interested in me, but she kept me around for a bit. Maybe I made her feel nice about herself. We'll come back to that in a sec. Recall the iconic moment of Gatsby staring across the bay at Daisy's green porch light, lost, completely infatuated, incapable of anything else. Gatsby is lovesick and convinced that he is better for Daisy than her sleazy husband, Tom. Initially, we want to believe that too. But remember, Gatsby started his relationship with Daisy on a lie, implying he was from her social standing. And she was pretty blunt about him needing money to get with her. So Gatsby hears the simplified equation, money plus girl equals happiness, and puts the plan in motion. Gotta get that paper, get rich, and lock up the honey before the long term. Spoiler alert, Gatsby makes a pharaoh's fortune in basically no time. Maybe he's a bootlegger. Maybe he launders dirty money. Maybe he trades in wares that fall off the backs of trucks. Whatever. Gatsby was single-minded, made his bag, and then rolled into town like, Daisy, let's do this. But Daisy's married. A rational person, a level-headed thinker, would reason that it is better to do something else, anything else, rather than pursue Daisy. Like, what did Gatsby expect to happen? He shows up and Daisy just dumps her rich husband? Gatsby's got big money, a wall of imported shirts money, but Daisy still balks at it. Aren't there other women in West Egg, in New York City, Paris, or Rome? Your boy has phalanx of imported shirt money, so what's so special about this girl? Honestly, she was the catalyst. She started it all, and Gatsby couldn't see himself with anyone else but her. So back to my life. I have graduated. I am alone and rudderless. I've kept this beautiful girl as close as phone and email will allow. In sheer desperation to be loved, just months after graduating, I misinterpreted this romantic entanglement and shipped myself 2,000 miles from home. I got settled in Los Angeles, got a job, and called the girl long distance. Kids, I'm old. Back then, long distance cost more money. I even made the call from a landline. I'm settled, I told her. Come live with me. She managed a bewildered, what? So I repeated myself, and I explained in detail the living arrangement, how I had made this move specifically to entice her out here, etc. I had done the math. Money plus girl equals happiness. And I put on a full court press to convince her to come. She was, let's call it, remarkably non-committal. Until I took my final shot from half court. I'll fly you out, I told her. Come see and make your decision when you get here. I saw a romantic gesture. She saw a free round-trip flight to Los Angeles. Okay, she said, and here I thought I had made the sale. Surely once she saw here, me and her, here, slam dunk, right? It blew up in my face after literally one day. In hindsight, predictable, so predictable. But living the passion, the lack of reason in the moment, I was oblivious to the risk. I saw nothing but the target, the goal, the prize. And there was nothing that would keep me from taking my shot. And now I'm thinking, that's the same way Gatsby must have felt. When we create characters, we have to let them do stupid things, take self-destructive risks, because that makes them more human, more real. I've answered my thesis advisor's question today. I wrote characters without emotion because I wanted to keep them, and by extension, myself, safe from harm. And that makes for really lousy stories. As you develop your characters, embrace their flaws. Write them away from safety, and pan your wildest failures for narrative gold. See you next week. Start writing.